it is what it is, and you can't.
No.
No one's
in
going to stop
control.
anything. Yeah.
No.
Well, they are the big companies, the guys that do all the technology, Apple and
Yeah.
who else is there? Microsoft and
Well,
everything.
they'd just be as hooked as us. Maybe.
I don't
Just
know.
just creating things. Yeah, they'd want that. They'd want that, Who
Maybe.
knows?
Maybe not the big wigs. They're just like, yeah, fucking bring in the money.
In their ivory towers.
Yeah.
With their ivory keyboards.
Which are illegal.
Probably their champion. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been great.
It has been. It's fun. What time is it?
I don't know, but we've been going for an hour and a half.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
Damn. Damn.
So what? All right, tell me what. Where do you see yourself? I couldn't answer this. Don't. I don't want to put any more pressure on you. Have you lived anywhere else?
Yes, I lived in London for a while.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of traveling myself. Like I've been to America about 3 times now. Been up to Alaska, Canada.
Have you?
Yeah, Alaska's amazing. Traveled parts of Europe and everything. Mum and I are going back to Vienna. Not back to, sorry. We're going to Vienna next year, and we're doing Russia and Germany and stuff like that. And then hopefully, what I've got planned is that at the moment I've applied for my green card, and hopefully that comes through, or my performance visa. So this time next year, I'm looking at living in America.
Wow.
Just because there's not the industry for what I want to do, and what there is just not here.
Yeah.
Be it the Gold Coast, which is just not, Brisbane even, Sydney and Melbourne, still not enough. Whereas, I could put a show in Vegas and be running 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
It's...
Well, that's where my mate Grant gets, and Nick Mabry, they're the kids from Australia who stand out as being these hard-working guys that don't have the same accent, and they're memorable. Yeah. So you'd probably smash it.
Well,
think about it.
It's funny because the year before last, I actually went over and did a bunch of auditions over there and met up with a few different people who do work, who are high up in the industry and that, casting agents, people with companies, that sort of thing. And they were like, you need to be here. Like, you're being wasted over in Australia. And I'm like, I get that and I understand that. Unfortunately, my timing isn't correct at the moment, and I know this just because my mum's had a form of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Wow. She got diagnosed when I was 3, got told she wouldn't see me to high school. I'm now 34, yeah. There was an instance where I was living in London 8 years ago, and she rang me up one day and goes, I have to go start doing chemotherapy. And I'm like, I'm coming home. I can't be here. And she's like, no, stay there. I'll be fine. I'm like, how the fuck are you going to get to Brisbane and back? Just saying. Because, Dad had passed 3 years prior. And so I went.
It's a lot to worry about.
Yeah, it is.
I was at my best mate's mum's funeral last and I bawled. So we all bawled. Like, your mum, you know what I mean? Like, mums are so beautiful.
I know. So she kept saying, don't come home. I was in London. Anyway, I worked it out, came home, didn't tell her because I'm like, fuck that. I'm coming home. If you're going to go and start doing 6 months of chemotherapy, no way I'm going to stay over on the other side of the world. Yeah. What if something happens? Yeah. I'd blame myself for the rest of my life, Anyway, I came home and all that happened. She did the treatment. 3 months later, she ended up collapsing with pneumonia in her lungs because the chemotherapy depleted her immune system, so on and so forth. Spent another 2 months in hospital. So I kind of stuck around just because I'm like, I can't go anywhere at the moment. Yep. So now, this last year, she's been the best. Her protein count's the lowest it's ever been. So, I mean, she's a woman in her 80s. Yeah. There's going to be a time. Yeah. We all know she's not immortal. As much as my friends and I go, well, she's probably going to outlive all of us. She's seen the world and she's seen a lot of things. Yeah. She grew up in the Depression. But, she there's going to be a time. Yeah. In saying that, I know that she's at a good spot where I can go, okay, cool. Yeah. I can start. She knows what I want to do, and she's the sort of person who's like, well, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. So that's kind of that's where I'm headed. I was in New Orleans the year before last, and I've always had a love affair with that place. Never been there until the year before last, and just went, I'm going to retire here. Yeah, wow. This is where I'm going to live the rest of my life.
You would.
It's amazing.
And I only. It's wrong. It's not real, but I only recently discovered singing a lot because I always played guitar or bass and something, so now I'm singing, fronting a band. Yeah. I'm 43. I just turned 43.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
You're really 43?
Well, yes, thank you. Yes. I'm awesome.
I think you were 43.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe about 36, 38.
I dyed my beard.
Yeah, right.
I'm in a band.
Yeah, same. So I dyed my beard too.
Yeah. But if you're only 34.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm somewhat in my peak. You know, like I feel fit and strong and I can wail. So you're only 34. Oh my God! Imagine you when you're 43.
Yeah,
and like you'll look good. You'll be.
Well, that's everybody
you know
thinks
I mean?
I'm like 26, and I'm like, oh, I'm 34, and they're like, fuck off, and I'm an 81 child right here. Yeah. Like, but also, and that's the thing. Like, I feel.
But you'll have. Sorry, again, you'll be burning up inside doing this. Working on your craft here. Yep. You'll land in this town
and
over there.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's the other thing. Like, I don't feel like I'm in my 30s, and that's what I get back to with the whole, again, that's like an hour ago, the whole children thing and everything like that. I don't want to be tied down to that. I don't want to, I mean, cool, other people, that's fine. I'm just not there mentally at all. I am still in my mid-20s, like, in my head. Yeah. I have the energy and the vibrance to still be that and still do what I want. Yeah. But that's, that's
it does make you old,
Yeah.
I have young kids, and it makes you have to discipline it. And I never really wanted kids. I ever. I was a rock and roller.
Yeah.
But it definitely changes you. Just you turn into your parents.
Yeah.
You really do.
Even though my friends ring me on the home phone and go, Barbara, and I'm like, no, it's me. Fuck you guys.
Hello.
Yeah. So it's funny because they're the same. It's just the weirdest sometimes. But it's that's the thing. That was my focus, was to go to America and land and just go bang and hit them, having done my sort of my legwork here. And the fact, like with getting visas and stuff, performance visas, they've got to want you in the country. They're going to want to sit there in the consulate, go, oh, she's done this and this and this and this. Okay, well, we want her in our country now, So it's all a bit of a game in a roundabout way as well. So, and you have to be smart and savvy with it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that in America, anyone coming from Australia, you've probably got again, don't want to be negative, but you've probably got a lot of actor bimbos, like and blokes, who are just so good looking, and they're actors and singers, X Factor sort of types or whatever, And but you've got a whole other thing, but a whole other market there.
Well, that's some of these casting directors and that. When I was over there, just like they're like, you are, we can slot you in so many different things, which the markets that we don't have here. Because it's just such a different look from what's on television. Even when I was watching American television and the ads and that, it's like, well, they have the cheesy, cheesecake pin-up-y kind of thing on their ads. Whereas, I don't know if you've noticed, but everybody on the ads and the television series here are all brunettes. I don't know if I'm going insane or if it's just because I'm blonde. But next time if you watch television, check it out. All brunettes.
Wow.
Wow. I know. I know. Even though I've got purple hair at the moment, but hey. What was I saying? I was going somewhere with this. I digress.
Your market.
The market. Back.
What's so good about New Orleans? And I went there once, but I can't remember it though.
That's what's great about it.
Yeah.
No, it's just I mean, maybe just. I've always had such a fascination with it from a young child, being a brass player as well.
Right.
He grew up with excuse me. I grew up listening to, and Dad was also, he loved his swing music and his jazz music and stuff. So I grew up with that from a young age, and I just, again, fascination with it, and listening to all the players and the singers and everything from a young age. And when I got there, and a friend of mine was actually in New Orleans at the same time, which we didn't even realize. It's like, no way, we're in this, and he's a piano player as well. So I was like, yes, I have a drinking buddy.
Yeah.
And literally, like, you just drink. But it's not like here where you just go to a fucking club and you just drink. Over there, we went to, 5-6 different jazz clubs. I saw a bluegrass band, and they're just these guys sitting there with washboards and playing their banjo and stuff. And we're just knocking back beers and eating freaking chips and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was cool, and they had their hats on.
It's what that town is about.
Exactly.
Everyone knows
And
no poker machine's going to come around here.
None.
Right.
You go across the road to the Spotted Cat, which is one of the most famous jazz clubs. The drummer's setting up on the frickin' side of the road. There ain't nowhere to set up a drum kit because the club is so fucking small.
Wow.
But, they had 8 people on stage. They couldn't even fit that on the stage. Yeah. I was standing there shoulder to shoulder with, I don't even know who the people were. Didn't care by that stage. I was about 8 pints in. And I sitting there with my beer and I'm like, this is the best thing ever. Yeah. The guy's the singer couldn't even stand on the stage. So he's down on the floor in front of the stage. Yeah. The trumpet player's on the front of the stage. It's they're all just crammed. There's a freaking sousaphone at the back of the stage. I'm like, how? And this guy's he's a big black guy. And I'm like, how the fuck is he even fitting up there? This stage is the size of this table. But the music was just my head was just exploding. It was these people who... Nobody, they could have been well known in New Orleans. I don't know, obviously, because I was just there. You could walk into any venue
and you'd be blown away.
Oh, so blown away. The Preservation Jazz Hall had a 5-piece, and they were just I was sitting there drinking mint juleps, which is one of the New Orleans drinks, and that. And again, they're just spending an hour and a half playing, solid playing, and I'm just sitting there going, "This is the best thing ever."
I just thought of a good idea.
What? A jazz band, yes.
Yeah.
New Orleans style.
Scooter up.
Yeah.
All right. To end this episode, could you sing me, no matter how daggy, whatever springs to your mind when I say this, sing me a little bit of something your dad would sing or your mum,
Fuck.
Just something they would annoy you with, almost, or something really weird when they're walking around the kitchen, that stuff.
Mum didn't sing
because these podcasts are going to stay in time.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
And as if when they're long gone.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll be.
Oh God,
I could even. My dad's ringtone for some reason on his phone has always been. Oh man. G'day. And how you going? What do you know?
Really?
10 years.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Right, so...
oh, God, they didn't... Do you know what? My parents never annoyed me with any songs.
Yeah, or something that relates. What's in your mind right now?
Beat boy. Oh, God, what... Actually, there's a song that my father actually sang it at a concert a couple of weeks ago called Me Tell Me on a Sunday. It's an Andrew Lloyd Webber song.
Who sang it?
I sang it for the Green Room Junior, and because I was mentoring, and then I do a little guest spot in the show at the Powerhouse. And this song was it's an Andrew Lloyd Webber song sung by Michael Crawford, because Dad adored Michael Crawford, who played Phantom, and along many other some others do have him. Awesome actor, yeah. Dad just adored him, respected him, and a real versatile actor and singer as well. And it's quite a sad song, but my father used to sing it quite a bit. And then it wasn't until a few weeks ago when I did the Green Room Junior that I just wanted to, I've been trying a lot of different songs when it comes to my cabaret stuff lately. Again, pushing my boundaries a bit more. Excuse me. Other than doing the regular belty stuff, which people expect me to sing all the time, which I love, don't get me wrong, because it really, I just love to belt, because it feeds my soul. But I've just been experimenting with other things. Again, with the jazz gig I did, oh shit. Where's my accompanist?
You don't need it.
Let's get Brad Rush on the phone.
Here's a great idea.
Okay.
Honestly, 71 podcasts.
71st.
You start. I'm going to walk out.
Oh shit!
And we'll trade this off in. We'll what do you do? Fade it off in edit.
Fade out.
Okay. So go.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's so much fun. Okay, so this is a Tell Me on a Sunday, previously sung by Michael Crawford. Don't write a letter if you want to leave. Don't call me at 3 a.m. from a friend's apartment. I'd like to choose how I hear the news. Take me to a park that's covered with trees. Tell me on a Sunday, please.